Hello everybody. Today we continue our special English Digest project with you, and we air from Zaporizhzhia in the south of Ukraine, which is a stronghold, Ukrainian stronghold, just some 25-30 miles away from the front lines. And this specific project is for English-speaking audience that we would like to provide with the information firsthand, right from here, right from the spot. And it is important to stay in touch with the rest of the world. And today we have a special guest from the Netherlands. This is Dmytro Galagan. After so many months in this war, your country, your nation, still active, still supporting, and we will talk about that a little later. Now, you know, let's get to the subject directly. As everybody knows, I believe everybody knows that, at least here in Ukraine, we know that very well, and I would like to know if that is true also for the Netherlands in Europe. But the Kremlin leaders and the media resources that work for Kremlin, they openly say that now they are in the war, not with the Ukraine, but they are actually fighting the whole so-called collective West. And that's interesting for me, if the West is aware that Kremlin is fighting them. How happy you are with the way how the West, how the Europe, and specifically how your country supports Ukraine in this battle, actually very difficult battle that we go.
Yeah, let me start from the last question. I can say I'm very happy and I'm very proud of the way the Netherlands behaves. It used to be not like that in the very beginning of the war, because I remember our government was very much not directly helping, and just like Germany, I think we were giving some very similar, simple help, which was basically humanitarian help. But now what I hear, what I see in the news, and what I hear, you know, and the way, and I do see that we are one of the leaders in Europe, Netherlands. I think what has helped a lot is the visit of our Prime Minister and some other ministers to Ukraine. I do see, and I do think that helped to get to realize what is going on in Ukraine. I don't think people in the Netherlands see that Russia is fighting with NATO. I mean, I know, of course, that is the way that this propaganda is sent in Russia, as Russian people would like to see that. Dutch people do not see and do not feel that they're fighting Russia, not at all. They see that they help Ukraine. They are proud of it. they do, and they do it very sincerely and with a lot of empathy. Because since the old time, because my environment knows that I'm Ukrainian. All this time, on my previous job and my current job, this is one of the first things that I inform people about, and they also see my name. By the way, I recently also changed the way I spell my name. Before I was spelling my name as Dmitry, just a historical, more Russian way. But now I changed it to Dmytro. And a lot of people ask, hey, what kind of name is that? Why? And then I explain and they understand. There's also like directly a nice visit card of you as a person. So Dutch people do help still. I don't see much of a decrease on this help, also on all levels, also on a personal level.
Do they feel any tiredness in the Netherlands that they have to support Ukraine, and this war doesn't seem to end soon? So do they maybe feel overburdened? What do you feel?
Well, I wouldn't say that the word tiredness is applicable here. I don't think people are tired. What I do see is that there are a lot of other things, of course, that people are interested in. You know, this is not the only major subject that are in the news. There are a lot of other things, all kinds of things that people are care about. But so I do not see tiredness. Maybe if I compare it to the very beginning of the war, when basically 80% of the news in the first month was about Ukraine, maybe even 90%. It was a lot. Now it's less. Definitely. And I also, because I always monitor Dutch news, and I see there is a decrease. And you see this, it increases when there is some other things happen. A lot of, like 2 weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago, when the bombardment started, there was again much more interest. So I do see this decrease and increase in the media, but I do not really see the tiredness. So no. My answer is no, no tiredness.
Do you see that your country is actively involved in military supplies?
Well, this is there's a good question. I think it doesn't directly to the normal people, because normal people cannot, buy a tank or a missile, because that's what the government does. And what I do see is, but normal people do still give support to Ukraine, mental and political. Definitely. And what I also think what also helps a lot to is that support of the government on the energy, because you all know this is one of the weapons that Russia uses. They want to not only to put everybody make a very cold winter, but also to let them pay a lot for the energy bills. And that used to be indeed one of the important questions and issues. And I think Dutch government solved it so far in a good way, because now they give, I just received yesterday email from my energy supplier. Government gives for November and December 200 euros like compensation.
Discount, like this kind of discount? Like I see.
It's like discount, which is for everyone, regardless of your income, very easy, very simple to execute, so you don't have to think. And there is also
is it per household, or what is it?
Just per household. It's per household. This per household is for each. If you have a contract, energy contract, you are like contractor. And each contractor gets this amount, regardless of your income or whatever things. So it's very easy to execute this kind of subsidies. And what they also do is, from the beginning of next year, they also give quite some reduction in maximum price that you have to pay. And I think the introduction of this kind of measures helps to reduce, how to say, a possible negative impact of this high prices.
I see.
Because then I don't feel during normal people, among normal people, a lot of criticism or whatever regarding these prices.
Let me now go to the other very important subject, where the Netherlands play a very important role, probably the key role. Actually, nobody else can play that role. that is understandable because the Netherlands are part of the situation, and of course you already can guess that I mean the criminal investigation in the criminal court of the Hague, which is carried considering the cause of the MH17 crash in July 2014 in the eastern Ukraine, the MH17 Malaysian plane, and this investigation, they had announced that on November 17 the court will hand down their decision. In Ukraine, of course, now we all are attacked, and we all are concerned about our energy infrastructure, as well as we are concerned about what's going on the battlefield. But this is, of course, something of very importance, of great importance for us to see if those criminals who had started the war, who had planted this war, if there is a chance to put them in prison, if it is possible for the democratic world to hold this problem of those who launched this war, to keep them, have them accountable. Do you hear anything on the news already? Are there any expectations in the Netherlands about the outcome and about the decision? I mean, I know that we still have to wait several days, but what is the expectation in the Netherlands? I recall a friend of mine told me that when the plane was downed in Ukraine, he told me soon after that, now we know in the Netherlands what you come through.
Yeah, this is indeed a very painful subject for a lot of Dutch people, because, you know, Dutch people are very empathic, and that you see this any kind, something happens, someone dies, someone is killed, because there is always very strong support from the society. And this is one of the cases where I do think, and also what I see in the media, is that Dutch people do see now that, I even was reading this in the news, they see that these 300 people actually are the first victims of the Russian-Ukrainian war, because it's like more or less, they are not Ukrainians in that case. I don't know, in the media there is not much information about the outcome of this decision, because normally it's always like this, you know, with the part of the court system. I don't see now many messages in the news that are kind of, hey, this date is approaching. It was, I think, the last message about that was somewhere in the summer, because there are a lot of other messages in the media, a lot of subject. But I do believe this, that when this date will approach, maybe 1-2 days before, there will be a lot of attention on it. Quite sure, and I do believe there will also be a live web feed where that will happen. And I cannot predict the outcome. It's very hard to predict this kind of things, but I do know that this is a subject gets a lot of attention, because a lot of families are actually touched by this. You know, if you count 400 people died, how many families you calculate? I think that many thousand families are directly impacted, and then they have friends, and then also friends and relatives. So I think the whole group of people that are directly impacted is quite big. I think maybe tens or maybe more thousands of people, and so this is indeed definitely a very, very important subject that gets still, even 8 years after that, lots of attention.
Dmytro, may I also ask you if your countrymen link that event, that accident in eastern Ukraine 8 years ago, do they link with the events happening now in 2022?
Difficult to answer. I don't think everybody realizes that. No, I don't know. I really don't know. That's something I cannot answer that question. Probably people directly involved, maybe they do. So directly involved, they do see, but people are more on a distance. Maybe they do not really link because they have other things in their heads. That's what I would expect.
Would you please tell for us, on behalf of all of us, that we really appreciate all the support, and we do appreciate the empathy. That's very important. We know that it's heart to heart, and we wish your country peace, and we hope that together we will regain peace in Europe soon. Goodbye.
Thank you. I will definitely keep in touch, Alex.
Yeah.
Now I have some insiders look into the systems. I will keep.
Right. That's right. Thank you, Dmytro. Goodbye.
Okay. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Радіо на дотик. На дотик.